Hello and thank you for joining me today. My name is Heather Forgan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Scotland. My website is stampwithnellie.com. Yesterday I took part in the InspireInk Blog Hop with some of my Pootlers teammates, and our theme for this month's blog hop was to use some or all of the 2020 to 2022 in colours from Stampin' Up. So I have decided to use Bumblebee and Cinnamon Cider for my project, which was this little box here. As you'll see, it has a chocolate theme, and I have used the Nothing's Better Than stamp set and the coordinating Love You More Than dies. So for this one I have used the chocolate, and I stamped these little chocolates and cut them out with that die there. Trimmed off one of the chocolates for that one just to mix it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this. I start off with a piece of cinnamon cider card that measures 8 3/4 inches by 7 3/4 inches, and with the short side at the top I want to score that at 3 1/8, 3 5/8, 6 3/4 and 7 1/4. Turn it round and score at 1/2 inch. Oops, skipped out there. Score at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch. Do the same on the other end. So at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. There we are. Next I want to reinforce the score lines. That's them all reinforced there. Now I'm going to get my larger scissors, which I forgot to get out, and I want to cut off this entire section here, so I just find it easier with the larger scissors just to do that. So cut that out completely, so that's those 2 panels there, straight down. Okay, I might trim that with my little scissors in a moment. Straight along, and I can go into my little scissors, use my snips now. Okay, and just snip straight up there, and do the same on all of these score lines. So you're cutting up to the 2nd score line on that. Okay, and then I can take the top part of that one off and the top part of that one off and the top 2 parts of that one off, and I just want to chop into these little squares so that they fold in a bit more neatly as tabs for your box. And I'll just do the same on that outer one. Okay, so you end up with that. Turn it around and do exactly the same again. Put that out. There we go. Okay, so we've now got all of those little bits cut off on that. So we can get on with doing some decoration on the front and actually building the box itself. So for my original version, I used a piece of bumblebee card and a piece of the spotted in colour designer series paper in cinnamon cider, and this time I am going to swap that out to the wooden design on that. So I want them to be like that on my box this time. So I am going to stamp the chocolates in bumblebee ink onto the bumblebee piece, just randomly in those corners. Along the bottom there. Top. I'm just going to do it all the way along so I don't have to work out where it needs to be and where it doesn't need to be, because life's too short for that kind of nonsense. There we are. Okay, so I am going to put it on that kind of way. So I probably want to make sure I've got something right up into the corner there. That's it. Okay, so just take that out of the way. I can bring this back in, and I want, which way do I want to do this? Yeah, I think I want to do it like that. Okay, so add some glue to the stamped piece bumblebee. I need to bring this back up so that you can actually see it. And just put that on at a kind of jaunty angle, and do the same with the piece of designer series paper. And just do that at the opposite kind of angle. Just making sure that we are in the confines of the top of the box, like that. Okay. And I have already gone ahead and die cut the word chocolate, and on that one I offset it with a piece of cinnamon cider card. Kind of gets a bit lost, so this time I thought I would do it with a piece of bumblebee instead. So just need my silicone mat. So I'm going to have that one at the bottom and this one at the top. And I'm just going to put little dots of the adhesive, just enough that it sticks to the other one. Don't want to have too much, don't want it to ooze out terribly. Pop on. Oops, stuck to my finger. And I just want to have a narrow piece showing at the bottom like that. Just take your time with it so you get a kind of even margin along the bottom like that. Okay, now just that's it. Take off any excess glue and then just add some more little bits of glue on the back of the bumblebee part so that you can stick that onto that bit. You can decide whether you want it straight or not. I've got a little bit of glue in there. It will dry clear, but I just dab the worst of it off with a cloth that I keep. There we are. Okay, so we've got our word there. I'm actually just going to make the box up now. So some glue on this skinny panel there, hold it in, and then you can fold that bit over. Line up the edge with your score line like that. Give it a press down, and then I tend to just fold it the other way as well, just to be doubly sure. Don't need to do any gluing at the ends. You're just folding the side tabs in and then folding that bit in as well. I seem to have didn't quite get glue right to the end there, so it's moving about a little bit. Just fix that. Take off that excess glue. Leave that end for a moment. There. That one was much better. Okay. And now the sentiment. So we've got the chocolate, and I've already mounted on the blog because adulting is hard. I want cinnamon cider ink for that. Excuse me. Okay. In the middle. There. Okay. Now, I'm just going to cut that at an angle, and I'm going to put that around about there, I think. Yeah, around about there to do, and just cut at the same angle with that. Then I can add that to a piece of cinnamon cider card. middle. I think that was 3/4 of an inch and the cinnamon cider was 1 inch wide, and just follow the line that you've cut there to match up. Easy. Put that on there, and I am going to use the Stampin' Dimensionals. Like that. 1, 2, 3. And put that on at another jaunty angle, and then we can just pop on our little chocolates. I'll put 3 up there this time, and put 3 down there, and I'll put the 2 up in that corner. There we go, and I'm going to use mini ones for this one because I wouldn't fit in 2 of the bigger ones. I don't want to cover up too much of the stamp part there, and final touch is to add some of the cinnamon cider enamel dots as well. Why not? I'll put 1 on there. One there, and I think I'll use a bumblebee one as well on there. And there we are. Now I didn't have 2 bars of chocolate because I probably would have eaten the spare bar, but just to show, you can pop your bar of chocolate in there, and there we have it. 2 of these, and you could make these in advance and keep them flat, and then that way you don't have to worry about having the chocolate in the cupboard for too long before you actually want to gift it and be too tempted to eat it like I would be. So I hope you've enjoyed this project, and we'll give it a go. I'd love to see it if you do. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I really would appreciate it if you do. Click on the subscribe button and click on the bell so that you get notifications of my next project. All of the details for this project are in yesterday's blog post, and I will post a link to that in the description bar below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.